What's up everybody? I'm Steve and welcome to Jerome's Chrome. Well, I am living the dream. I have a C3 Corvette and a C4 Corvette. The problem is, neither one of them are currently running. My C4 has some sort of an issue causing a no start and I'm not exactly sure what it is at the moment. And my C3, well, it's kind of missing an engine and I have a lot of work to do in this engine bay before I put another one in. So this week in the garage, I'm just trying to make a small dent on a long list of to-dos with these two cars. I got a little more engine bay cleanup I need to do on the C3 before I can get in there and start removing rust and throwing down some paint. And I guess I'm gonna spend some time fiddling around with this C4 and see if I can get something figured out with it. My goal is to at least get the headlights out of the C3, give them a thorough inspection and see what I'm working with, and hopefully figure out what's wrong with the C4 Corvette and put together a plan to fix it in the future. The weather hasn't been cooperating with me so far this weekend, but it's nice and sunny outside now. So, let's get to work. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the C3 headlights because I was trying to just take the vacuum hoses and vacuum stuff out to be able to get in there and paint and restore this front end and potentially put in electric headlights. However, in the process of removing the vacuum pod canister thingies from the headlights, I realized that these headlights are super rusty and just need to be completely taken out and restored on a bench. I think it's pretty simple to pop these out. I think it's just unbolting a few bolts, but before I even get in there and start looking around, I'm gonna grab a can of PB Blast and start hosing stuff down. Blast, blasted, blasted. I sprayed this bolt, and that bolt with the PB Blast, and also one back in there. That's 4. I feel like there should be one maybe on the other side back there, but I still haven't located it yet. While I'm waiting for the PB Blast to soak in on those rusty bolts, I guess I'll do a little piddling around on the C4 to see if I can figure something out with it. So I think what could be the problem is the clutch safety switch, which is basically a little sensor at the very top of the clutch that when the clutch is fully depressed allows the car to start. When you turn the key, everything's fine, got plenty of battery, everything is just dandy. But when you turn the key, nothing. So all I'm doing right now is just seeing if I can duplicate the issue. I'm not 100% sure if it is the clutch. I think it's the problem because I think there's been times where I've pushed the clutch down really, really hard and it started. However, that just could be a complete coincidence. So all I'm doing right now is trying to push the clutch down normal and turn the key a bunch of times and see if it'll start, and then push the clutch down all the way really, really hard, turn the key a bunch of times and see if it'll start. Well, I couldn't get it to start at all. Just spent about 10 minutes on that thing, just twirling on it with the clutch down a little bit, a clutch down a lot, and nothing I can do to get it to fire at this point. So I'm just gonna crawl under there real quick with a flashlight and just take a look up in there, give it a quick eyeball and see if anything looks weird. I'm 6'3", 220 pounds. This is not the type of mechanican that I am built for. So, yeah, if I can do it, you could maybe do it. You gotta make sure you get one arm on the right side of the steering wheel and the other arm on the left before you do the flip, twist, and descent. That way, you have both arms free once you contort yourself under here. Ah, so small. This is what I'm dealing with in here. All of this stuff is basically just completely in my way. Can't get a light. Ah! Okay, there we go. Here's the clutch pedal. Here's all this stuff. And way. Oh, ah! So yeah, here's the clutch pedal. And way up in there to where it's, let's see, clutch. I can't get it. I tried. I can't get it. I'm gonna flip out. I'm gonna flip out in here. I'm flipping out. I don't think I'm gonna get a very good view of what the safety switch looks like. It's really hard to get a camera in there, guys. Man, let me tell you, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get in there, and I don't want to do it. Changing that thing out is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm definitely going to have to unplug things and remove things to be able to get up in there and get at that thing. Probably going to have to take the seat out of the car so I can lay more on the floor to get deeper under there. I try to mostly be positive, but I got to be honest with you. Well, I do have some good news. I don't have to get all the way up in there and get that thing out of there to test it. All I need to do is access these wires right here, unplug that, and just run like a paper clip from one side to the other, and that'll let me know if that thing is functioning or not without having to get up there and mess with it. This way I'll know what the problem is from right here, and I'll only have to get up there and mess around and all that junk if I find out that it's a problem here. So that is sweet. I felt like I needed to take a break from all of this enthralling action and spend some time with the family, and asked my wife, hey wife, you want to go to an automotive swap meet? And she said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That's my idea of some family time. So I'm gonna take a little break, spend some time with the family, head to an automotive swap meet, and see if I can find some stuff for some of these projects I got around here. And of course I'm gonna bring you guys with me. I won't spend a ton of time in this video on the swap meet, but I'm just gonna show you around, see what it looks like, and we'll see if I found anything cool.
Well, I'm back from the swap meet, and I finally own a Ford. I got a Mach 1 Mustang. See? I like Fords. Multiple hours later, let's get back to the C3, pop out those 4 bolts, and see if those were enough to actually get these headlights out of here. Come on, break free. Ooh. I feel like I'm tightening it. Why? Oh, because I was tightening it. I think I might have found some broken stuff, but I'll know once I get these off. Why do I keep tightening them? What is wrong with me? See if I can get this wire clip off without breaking it. All right. The headlights are actually plugged in, you know? There's that one. There's the other. Which way should I do this? What is the most intelligent way? And I was right. There's still a bolt somewhere. Where is it? I guess I need to crawl into there and do a little more investigating. Be right back. Well, I can see that this thing is bolted down right here. And I'm sure that's hard to see on the camera because it's hard to see in real life also. I can't currently understand how to get that bolt out of there. So that's what I'm doing right now, trying to figure that out. I'm stuck. I don't get it. I need help. I swear to God, if I have to take the front bumper off to get these headlights off, this car's for sale. It could be yours for the low cost of, I'm not really gonna sell it. I'm still not sure how to get that bolt out. So right now I'm gonna take the screws out and try to get this thing out of here to see if maybe I can get up in there through here. Well, that's never coming off of there in a million years, so I guess I'm gonna have to hack it off. Woo! Got that out. Pointless. How is that thing in there? What is happening? What is going on? Mother. Well, I've spent like an hour fiddling around in there, searching around, trying to find out how to get that bolt out. I've asked Google. I have looked on some forums. I still cannot figure out how to get it out. I don't know what is wrong with my brain to where I can't get it, but I can't get it. So I guess I'm just gonna stop what I'm doing out here, take a break, go inside and read. Well, I decided I was gonna read later when it wasn't 65 degrees outside, and I started fiddling around with the battery terminals on the Crossfire Corvette, just kind of, you know, poking around in there. And I think I might have found a problem. Check out that. This fuse is just absolutely melted. And the housing that the fuse is in is just completely trash, melted. And I wonder how long this has been like this. I didn't notice because it was all tucked up underneath here, like down in there all far, until I started fiddling around with the battery cables and then yanked it out of there and saw it. And I have no idea how long it's been that way. Look at that. That is really bad. So are my fingernails, but let's just ignore that. Look at that. Wow. And I'm not sure what this is even for at the moment. Honestly, I don't think it's factory. It looks like somebody hacked some stuff in here and added this. And I don't know. But it's hooked on the battery cable, so I'm assuming it might have something to do with the problem here. I'm not 100%, but I am pretty sure that this is not supposed to be here. Yeah, that's definitely not factory. This is a fuse connected to a fusible link wire connected to another wire. This is bad. I'm also willing to bet that's not the factory splice, if this is even supposed to be here. Oh, I got some more reading to do. I may have some reading to do to figure out what's going on in there and how that should be, but I'm just willing to go out on a limb and say that that's not right and that the clutch safety switch has fallen down on the list of priorities, and I'm going to have to get this figured out first. So I guess I'm at a stopping point for the day, whether I like it or not. I have no idea what's going on with that, and I still have no idea how to get out that one bolt on the headlights on the C3. So, I don't know. I guess I have some research to do. I'll get back with you. Well, it's the next day. I did a little research, and I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is I finally found the bolt. The bad news is it's a pain to get out. Let's check it out. So, if you look under here, you can see this thing, which is the bucket or the headlight assembly, housing, whatever you want to call it. And then down here is this brace. And the bolt that I have to remove, the head is sandwiched between these two and going up. So I have to squeeze, you can't even see it. So I gotta squeeze a wrench in there and just basically flip, flip, flip. So here I am from inside the engine bay looking out the headlight, and that right there is where I'm trying to get in and get a bolt. You might just, there it is. See it? That's what I was looking for. It was really hard to find it because I didn't think to be looking for a bolt that would be like, you know, where you had to unscrew it into this thing. But apparently you can get it out. So I'm gonna give it a shot. The first step is obviously some PB blast. Okay, got it all lubed up with the PB blast. I'm going in there with 3 different kinds of 1/2-inch wrench, hoping for the best. This is gonna go well. I'm gonna have a fun time getting this off. It's gonna be a little moral victory in the big process of taking this car apart and putting it back together. Very rewarding. I can't wait. Okay, work with me here. Come on, get on there.
not see anything. Just fishing around in there, hoping for the best. Can't even come close to getting that wrench in there. Did I just get on it? Uh-oh, I think I got on it. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Now if I could just get it. There we go. There we go. Oh, this will definitely take a little bit of time, that's for sure. I'm just gonna whittle away at this for a while, and I'll let you know how this turns out. It just keeps on going and going and going, like the Energizer bolt. Oh God, I think I'm free. Could it be real? Could it finally be real? Please, just come out of here. Just come on out. Just work with me. Come on. Just come out. Okay. Come on. Well, it's free, but I'm fiddling. Maybe I need to take this out. Maybe that'll help. Maybe I need to get the headlight closed, but it won't close. Close. Finally got it. That was probably one of the stupider bolts that I've ever encountered in my life. I don't know. There's been some stupid bolts, but that right there was definitely one of them. So now I just got to do all of that over again on the other side. Yeah. No problem at all. Just like professional mechanicer Stacy David. Wait, I take it back. I need to shut up. Because confidence here, the car gods will strike me down. And I don't need any more striketh. All I could think about all day at work was this stupid bolt. Well, not this one, the other one. You know, the hard one. Why do I keep thinking I'm going to be able to get to this from in here when it requires being on the ground? I don't have a problem with the ground. I guess, man, should I really tape it? Should I really tape it? I guess I'll tape it. Although this paint is already very damaged,
I'm just gonna put a little masking tape on there just because it's the right thing to do. Just in case anybody's out there learning from this, would like you to know it's a good idea to tape this up so you don't scratch your paint. Even though my paint is very questionable if it matters or not. Okay, we have protection. Open. 1/2-inch wrench, check. Patience, calmness, and a Zen attitude. Sure. I'm looking at 3 different wrenches to try to see which one is the skinniest to be able to get in there. It's a Craftsman, not that it matters, but it's not. The flex head gear wrench. I wish I could get a gear wrench on there so bad. So bad. Okay, I'm gonna have a good time. Last time was super fun when I got it out. This is gonna be even better. Oh, please, just attach to the bolt head. Just get on there so I can turn you 17,000 times. Got that bolt about 10% of the way out. This is a job that calls for a nighttime coffee. Wouldn't it suck to strip this bolt out? Oh, that would be rough. I better make sure I get that thing on there solid every time. Oh, I got a big turn on that one. Ow! God! Stupid horn's in the way. It's no big deal if the horn's in the way. I gotta take it out anyway. You know, just complaining for the sake of complaining. Okay, maybe. Nope. Oh, I still got like 2 more threads on that thing. Lame. Oh, that's not cool. Couple more turns on this evil headlight. Two hours later, got it. That is it. That is the bolt. It was so hard to get to. Well, that's part of it. The part that I was actually wrenching on is underneath this little lip. So that's what I was trying to push under and spin that thing out of that housing. Now I can get back here, clean up all this rust, get this all painted up. Get this cleaned up that was inaccessible before. Look at that. I did a pretty good spraying in here twice. Up in there in this little spot, I can get that cleaned out and painted. And those are just areas I would have had to leave rusty and crusty if I wouldn't have took the headlights out that I can now access. So I'm glad I did it. Also, the main reason is because the headlights are just in rough shape. Here's the good one. Let's look at it first. This is what that pin that goes through the middle looks like. There's one here and there's one here. This mechanism isn't so bad. I mean, it's still rusty in all of the spots, but easily restorable. And I probably could have fixed this one on the car if I wanted to, but this one, there's just no way. Like, I cut this side off of here
with a cutoff wheel and tried to pound and grind and get this thing out, but it is just super rusted in there. It's bad. And then look at this thing. This is the nail. This thing right here used to look like this thing right here. That's how rusty this side is. There's no way I was ever going to be able to get this stuff out and get it all cleaned up and fixed up inside the car. This right here, rusted through. I'm not even that worried about that, but it's just this whole mechanism. I wanted to get fixed up, cleaned up, working right, and now I can do all of that stuff on a bench instead of underneath a car trying to fiddle around with all that rusty stuff and get it out of there. So even though that whole situation was a pain in the butt, getting that out, in the long run, I think I'm saving myself future pains in the butt by having these out of here and be able to clean them up on the bench.
Well, I went through a couple minor trials and tribulations, but I accomplished my goals for the week, so I'm happy. I got the headlights out of the C3, and I found an issue with the C4 that could very well be my problem. I would really appreciate your advice if you have any input on the C4. I learned so much in the comment section, and I can't thank you enough for that. Next, I'm going to be removing the air conditioning components from the Vice Grip Garage Corvette. I learned from the comments that there's not much, if anything, salvageable from the system, so I may just end up replacing it with a vintage air system down the road. So in the meantime, I'm just going to get all the old air conditioning parts out of there, which will be the last step before I actually start painting in there and installing some new parts. And sometime in the midst of all that, I'm going to get the Crossfire Corvette wired up correctly and see if that is my issue with it. I really hope you liked this week's video. I hope you like having both cars in the action and a tour of the swap meet and whatnot. Let me know what you think of that, or is it better to just focus on one car in a video? I really like to know what you think about that also. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, hyping, subscribing. It really means the world to me, and I can't thank you enough. I'm super excited to get started on next week's project, so I'll see you next week.